Here we go. Let us take you behind the scenes of Thorpe Park Fright Nights 2023.
Action!
Fright Nights this year was special.
So it's day one on the Fright Nights 2023 shoot.
Welcome to SLKSTN Unlocked 2023.
It was time to introduce a brand new icon.
No toying around. And let the fun begin.
My name is TheJackSilkstone and I've been a Thorpe Park Fright Nights fan for over a decade now. I've been coming to this event year on year for so long now. And specifically over the past few years when my relationship with Thorpe Park has grown better and better, myself and Kieran have been working on the marketing material for Thorpe Park Fright Nights.
I'm Kieran Adams. I work alongside Jack and the team here at Thorpe Park on all of the marketing content, and a huge part of that every year is Fright Nights. I remember the first maze I did was the passing back in 2012 and I was absolutely terrified. I never thought I'd ever do a maze again after that, but yeah. I've been coming every year since, and I'm a huge fan of the event. And here I am now working alongside the creatives that put together the event. I'm playing a very small part in the event each year.
So up until this point, we'd done two Fright Nights campaigns, obviously Fear and the Locksmith. And with the original Fear campaign, we obviously introduced this brand new character, the head boss of Fright Nights, as we like to call him. And we introduced him within his lair as he introduced the lineup via the videotapes. We then introduced the Locksmith, who we also introduced his lair, and we filmed individual trailers for each attraction at that year's Fright Nights. Now with this third year campaign, as always, we wanted to increase the quality and change things up a little bit to keep everyone on their toes. And this year in 2023, it was time to introduce a brand new icon to Thorpe Park Fright Nights. And the idea of some kind of female toy maker character started spiraling around our heads. And ultimately that toy maker character is the icon that we brought to Fright Nights this year.
So this was the first time that we had a character that we were showcasing and showing off in a video that had to be at the event and within the attraction. So it was very important that during the content that we were capturing, there were certain standards that were met to then ensure that there was consistency when the attraction was open. So it was very exciting to be part of developing the look of the character and working with the park to create this for the marketing to then follow through to the event and be part of the attraction. So in the past, we have made trailers for each attraction and spread our efforts out across all of these videos.
With the toy maker, we didn't want to stick to this blueprint of this kind of big reveal and then we'd have videos for each attraction. We wanted to do things a little bit different.
This year, we really wanted to create one big piece of content that focused on the brand new exciting attraction and bring that whole world to life in one video that was cut down into many pieces, and then have less of a focus on the other mazes, but still have their own little videos. But it was all tied into this big toy shop idea that we put together.
We had the toy maker introduce each Fright Nights attraction for this year by placing a custom built toy on the shelf of her toy shop. So my first experience of Fright Nights in 2023 was actually earlier than normal. It was in June because I was filming a little recruitment video for the entertainments department as part of their Fright Nights recruitment push.
We are passionate about making our audition candidates comfortable.
I'm not a natural born performer, and the idea of standing up and having to do scare acting in front of a panel absolutely terrifies me. I've always been interested in perhaps one day acting at Fright Nights. But yeah, it's always been largely the audition process that's put me off. But actually being able to film and watch this process with my own eyes actually really put me at ease. Don't get me wrong, all of the performers did look a little bit strange, but as they said, if you don't feel weird doing this audition, you're not doing it right. So yeah, if you guys, just like me, have always been a little bit put off by the audition process for Fright Nights, do not worry, everyone in there looks like a bit of an idiot, but they all have such a laugh and you learn some really cool skills during the audition. This year we had Archie on board with the shoots, even more so than we had in previous years, so it was so much fun working alongside him.
Hi there, my name's Archie. I'm a music producer for Thorpe Park. I'm originally from Nottingham, but I've moved down to London for work, but also for my passion, which is theme parks and also scare events. In previous years at Fright Nights, I've worked on things such as soundtracks and also helped out here and there, but this year I've got much more involved with filming and it has been a blast.
So with our idea of introducing this brand new toy maker character to the Fright Nights icon roster, we knew we had to create this space where the toy maker could exist within the marketing material. However, because Stitches, the brand new maze for that year, wasn't due to be built until after the filming was due to take place, we knew that we had to recreate the toy maker's toy shop for these marketing videos. And a massive part of that was sourcing a load of old and worn and creepy toys. So we hit the local car boots and charity shops here in Surrey.
That's a cup and soda for 50p.
Every weekend for a good few weeks, myself and the boys and some of the marketing team and some of the Fright Nights creatives would be hitting up different charity shops and car boot sales and basically bartering with the people, trying to get the cheapest prices we could for some of the creepiest toys I've ever seen. But we had such a laugh going to all of these car boot sales.
Well, not too bad at all, eh, Nem? Got the girlies in the back. Slough has done us nice.
It really has. I feel like, how many shops did we hit? About 4 or 5?
5, I think, in the end.
And I think we got a good amount from each different shop. And lots of various different stuff. My favourite sort of toys we got today were the dolls.
Dolls,
they are
insane
so
find,
creepy.
really good. But £1 for that whole bag. Crazy. Shout out Sue Ryder every time. We've done nice. Very nice.
After bartering our hearts out with these random car boot sale owners, our kitchen became like a scrap heap because of piling up so many toys over the weeks and weeks that we've been collecting.
The whole downstairs lounge was just covered in creepy old toys.
Currently all of the toys are just living in our little dining room area, which means I've had to live with these dolls just sat on our table for the past week. And yeah, I've been completely alone. I've hardly been in this room because I've been too scared that one of them will be sitting up, staring at the door. Absolutely terrified. So yeah, tomorrow I think we're gonna head to Thorpe Park and obviously start the build for this year's set, which means we can finally get rid of all of this stuff from our dining room table, which is not only going to fill out the set that we build for filming, but all of this stuff will then be taken over to the actual maze and used over there for part of Stitches, which I believe is what the maze is going to be called. It's currently codenamed Mr. Clappy, but I think we've got an official name now.
No toying around. Let the fun begin.
Now, as well as sourcing all of these pre-loved toys to basically fill out the set, the way in which we were revealing the Fright Nights lineup this year was these custom toys for each attraction at this year's Fright Nights, which a toy maker would basically put on the shelves in a toy shop. So with this idea, we basically had to go about creating these custom toys, and this was such a fun process because we had to brainstorm how each attraction could be represented in the form of a toy. What kind of toy would suit that attraction, and then how we then package that toy to kind of fit the brand and theme of that maze or scare zone or show. So I spent hours and hours on Photoshop cooking up designs. I've just been working on loads of the designs for the toy boxes. So I've just been spending literally all weekend putting together these so that I can then kind of stick them to these kind of boxes and anything we've kind of bought in to make these kind of line-up reveal toys. We've got the survival games box here, which I'll obviously print out this new design
right here and kind of stick it to that box. We've got trailers box, we've got Death's Doors one, and yeah, I'm just gradually going through all of them. I'm currently working on like an Exodus one for this little construction set here, which is really cool.
And then myself and the boys would order these bespoke toys and alter them in some ways.
This involved me walking to the local forest, bringing back some sticks and whittling them down, sewing crows' heads onto these mini toys. We even hand painted survival games action figures.
I genuinely say this was one of my favourite processes in the lead up to this year's marketing campaign. It was so much fun kind of having creative freedom to create these attraction toys.
I just thought I'd show you guys the slightly less glamorous side of these Fright Night shoots. The time is currently, let me show you, 4:10 in the morning. And I've just finished up, well, as soon as this finishes printing, I will have finished up all of the designs for the toy boxes. I was hoping that I could like actually stick them onto the boxes and stuff today, or this evening before the shoot tomorrow, technically today at this point, but I'm too tired. I've got to go to sleep. I'd say there's about 20 all custom design pages here, which I've spent the past few weeks on. Just page after page of different custom designs. I've spent hours in Photoshop, but we're finally there. And I think with that printer ending its job right there, we're done.
And then the day finally came where we once again returned to Thorpe Farm to begin the setup for this year's marketing campaign.
So Thorpe Farm used to be an operational farm at the park that guests could visit. I remember I had a lot of memories going there as a kid. You could get like a train out there, but it's no longer in operation. So it makes it the perfect place for us to film.
Fun fact, we actually used the exact same set that we filmed the entire Locksmith campaign in.
Which was, in effect, 4 walls and a long corridor. But the corridor had been removed when we went to look at it. So it was basically like 3 walls. So we thought that was the perfect place to use for this shoot. So we turned up on day 1 with quite a blank canvas. I mean, we had to move quite a lot of the stuff that was existing from the Locksmith out.
Locksmith's been given his P45, mate. He's out. See you later.
Let's get cracking, boys.
Locksmith. See ya.
So it's day 1 on the Fright Nights 2023 shoot. We're here. We just got here. It's looking very messy right now. We only just arrived. We've basically got last year's set, and we're gonna over the next few days totally transform another location. We've got a lot of work ahead. It's 8 PM. We're gonna be here for a long time.
Today and tomorrow build days.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday filming days.
Excited. We're back.
We're
back in the game.
So we started off by taking all of the old Locksmith stuff out of that room so that we had a blank canvas, and then we got to work filling out that room. We started off by sawing loads and loads of shelves, which are all cut to custom sizes.
Decided then to start designing the layout of the room on our phones, in a very professional way on Instagram stories. So we drew out the layout on there, and we decided for like a pyramid sort of shape. Do you really want the pyramid?
I think it might be the pyramid design, just for simplicity.
It would look good, I think.
Clean pyramid or a goofy one?
I think clean. Ding, 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 we have a winner, maybe.
So that, in a minute, is going to go on that back wall.
It is currently 20 to 11. We're actually not doing too bad on time, to be fair, but me and Jack just went to the cars many times and amassed a lot of toys. I'm happy they're not in our house anymore.
Facts.
It's scary, there's some scary ones there. Where's Lotso gone?
Who? The douchebag. Oh, he's behind there.
Douchebag.
We had many toys, many stuffed animals, many well-loved items in bags, and we started unloading them into the set. But one stood out from the rest, and his name was Lotso.
Absolute menace.
Honestly, I think he single-handedly brought down the vibes of the set, and everyone just had enough with him from the get-go.
For some reason, we all just took a massive disliking to this Lotso bear from Toy Story.
He's a windmill.
It is now currently 2 AM, and Lotso has been catching a lot of straight ones from the boys. Bless him, he's seen better days. We've all seen better days, but as you can see, this pallet has been used for a lot of wood.
And yeah, at the time it was hard work. I remember Archie always complaining about his arms. But honestly, it's these days and these nights that I look back at with the fondest of memories, because we always have such a laugh.
We're back, day 2. It's 11:40. We've been here for a while. Nem's been shopping all around the gaff. He's been to Greg's. He's got supplies. He's got paint. Me and Jack went and got loads of screws. We went to Screwfix, and we put a couple of shelves up this morning. But yeah, it's day 2. End of the day today. This has got to be done. So we got a lot to do.
Big day today. The set is going to completely transform today.
As Jack said, once we've got all like the main infrastructure in, most of the like shelves and the layout of the room, we can then make it look pretty, paint things, so that's going to be really fun later on. I'm looking forward to that.
We'd cut all of the wood at this point, and it was just a case of getting it all nailed into the set and then getting the toys that we'd sourced from all of these car boots and charity shops into the space. And this is where the set really started to come into life, and we started getting super excited about it.
So it's now 4 PM. We've been going for about 6-7 hours now, and this is the current state of what it's looking like. We've had a few little helpers in today, like dressing it, but things that would have changed. We put up some like blackout here. We're gonna put some all on the top, but yeah, the shelves are like, I'd say this room is now about 60% complete. All we got to do now is add the details, dress a few things. We put a carpet in there now, and we just fixed this door. And like the aim is like we're gonna have a light behind the door, like behind here, that sort of shines through as if the door's open. We had like a fake door on the left side, just so when you're looking at it through the camera, it looks like a bigger world than it actually is. We're actually shooting in 3 little walls, but it felt like a lot bigger because you see a door and you see a window. And yeah, I think on camera it's probably looking a bit more like real now. Like it's looking a bit more like a toy shop.
It actually does look beautiful. I'm happy with it, happy with a lot of the placement. It's just colourful in here, and that's what I'm glad we're doing to make it different from last year. You know, it was all these like brown walls, but slowly but surely we're covering everything. Even the floor now is vibrant. It's looking good.
Next stage is blackout on the ceiling, which is going to be a long task, but essential.
It was at this point we had to put blackout all around the set as well, because we knew that we'd be filming from day into the night, so we had to cover the set completely so that no sunlight was able to get in there.
Wow, well done boys.
We've now got the roof on.
We're now in show mode.
We're on set. It's looking very creepy. This one here I've heard is called Jimmy. This is Jimmy.
Little bastard.
He's so scary looking. Oh, we've also got like the first look at one of the toys that Nem's been working on. If you made a little frame there.
We've got a little frame to make it look like a box.
Looks good, that.
Once everything had been constructed, we were then just brushing up, making sure all the set was as good as we could possibly make it.
Currently dirtying up the shelves because we found this little rusty spray, which I didn't know was a thing, but it's basically a spray paint that then got, and we were just blending all the shelves in. But like you saw in the time lapse, I mentioned before, the window is now up and it's open. You got a bit of air in
ventilation in it. Red window, red shelves, red door, red carpet.
It's like red, 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 red. It's like framed. It's nice. It'll look nice. And then we're basically done for today, and then all we need to do now is some lighting tests tomorrow, and then we're ready to film.
Both this and the door are going to have like backlights, so it feels like there's another world outside.
Yeah.
Coming through.
And yeah, as the sun started to set on this day, we started to get lighting in, and the set really started coming to life. I remember myself, Kieran and Archie, we just stood in there and we started playing some creepy audio, and we just stood in there looking at each other like, oh my god, what we've created is actually terrifying.
I've actually got goosebumps, man. I've got proper goosebumps just there.
It's silly.
Behind you, look.
No!
Behind you.
Yeah, I can't. That's tap.
End of day 2. Wow. Look at it. Very, very happy with the progress we've made today. Obviously, how did today start? Literally, these were on and the top few shelves are on, and the whole day we've just transformed this entire room. It's been fun.
Shelves, doors, windows, painting all of these as well, and then set dressing. So we've had so much to do in such an action-packed day, and I've come up with this cool like ethos of, if you're set dressing,
It's a good day when you know you need a big shower session, because I am actually peppered with all of this stuff. But yeah, it smells crazy in here.
This past hour has been my favourite because we've literally got everything in and we've just started like playing around with lights. Nothing too serious, just sticking them in like rough places. And we were just stood in here like gassing it up, thinking it's like literally feels like a pre-show.
It's spooky in here, it really is. And it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't feel real. This is crazy. I'm excited to finally shoot some actors into space tomorrow. It's gonna be sick.
And knowing that we've built everything in here, like we haven't just bought these from IKEA, they've been sawed down, sourced from the farm, and then drilled into the walls. Crazy.
It's been a nice productive day today. We've done, the whole space has come to life. All we did really yesterday was put some shelves and do the groundwork for today. But it's about 8 PM I think, and we've been here for like
good solid
10
day's
hours
work.
now. A little bit more to do, but we've got a few hours tomorrow to sort that before we start filming. And yeah.
Tomorrow's a big day.
It is. It's gonna be fun.
We're meeting the character for the first time, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, a very productive day. Day 2, roll on day 3. Let's go. See you tomorrow. By this point, we were probably quite delirious. It's probably quite late, and we found like an Enderman, like quite a creepy-looking, big plushy toy. Me and Jack found it quite early in the night, maybe early in the day. So we were constantly all day like making little comments about, oh, have you seen the Enderman at Thorpe Farm? Oh mate, I've heard you say Enderman 4 times in one night on the farm he spawns in.
Really?
You heard about that then?
No?
Fuck. I hate Enderman. You scared of him?
Do you know what Enderman is?
Yeah.
Don't say it too many times.
Enderman. No! Oh! We decided, I think we put it in Nem's car, or on his windscreen, so when he got in the car, it was like late. He was absolutely terrified, which was great.
What's that? What?
Oh my god!
What?
No, you're not gonna believe. Oh, you man, you're a joke, man. You're not gonna believe what's in my car. Why have you got your torch out so fucking?
What is it?
Oh my god! No. My heart. I genuinely thought someone was in the vehicle. I was like, what is that stick in the car? Who's that?
Lights, camera, action.
Right, so day 3, it is currently 12:30. We've been here a couple of hours. We've been doing some, we've been building the toys. We made the sign last night. I've just cut it out with like a knife. So that's gonna get spray painted up there. But yeah, if you want to go outside and see Jack, I don't know if he's cooking anything up.
Morning! Currently sheltering from the rain. Yeah, just in full toy mode at the moment. Getting the boxes done. Cut them all out, obviously designed them, printed them off last night. And it's now just a case of actually sticking it to the boxes. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We got the Super Spark one done so far.
Got any to showcase what we got here? Nice.
Super Sparks. And we got Death Doors done.
Nice.
We've got 2 done so far.
Loving the look of them, loving the look.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Alright, ready?
This is it, let's do it. Ooh,
Yeah, that's cool, right.
hard.
Yeah, once I take those O's off, it might look a little bit better as well.
Defo.
This year, we weren't filming with Ron, who we'd of course used for the past 2 years as Fear and the Locksmith. So it was a shame to not be using Ron again this year, but of course with us choosing to go with a female icon, we decided to cast the amazing Vic in the promo shoots for this year. She became the toy maker.
It was really cool to, for the first time really at Fright Nights, see an icon character have a face and be able to act with their face. Obviously we have used the Locksmith in the past. Because that character wasn't coming to the event, we didn't do too much with the face, but this is the first character that 360 could be seen, viewed, and could like actually talk. It was really cool to see how makeup and effects aged the character's face. Like, she looks like an old woman, but the actual actor that we were using was not old.
We're just touching up Vic's hands and forearms for the toy maker, which has been in makeup today for 2 hours, making you all look old.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just doing the final touch-ups now for ready for shooting.
I've known Vic for so many years. She's a bit of a Fright Nights icon herself. She's been acting at the park for a good few years. She's terrified me many times going through these mazes. So it was so much fun to work with her, and she really embodied the character of the toy maker and brought her to life exactly as we'd envisioned.
You'll start by like walking over to your desk.
Yeah.
And you basically one at a time put
Place the boxes.
a toy into each shelf.
So like once you put one on the shelf, sort of stand back, and then that video is going to cut there, and the next video will be start. So like it will be split up, so it's not like deep if you need to like ask a question in between. We had a lot of fun filming this day. As always, the shoot days are some of the best days that we have. Just capturing content all day, getting new angles.
It was so cool to see her interacting in character with the space that we built. It honestly looked amazing through the lens and looked amazing just watching with my own eyes.
We filmed all of the content of her kind of entering the toy shop and being the toy maker, and putting all of the attraction toys onto the shelves. And we filmed throughout the day into the night, when we then transformed the toy maker's shop into another set.
It's now 7 o'clock and the room's transforming. We haven't fully been documented because we've just been going, but what are we up to now?
Setting up the office. So we've got 2 locations in these videos. She obviously starts in the office, talking about how she's torturing people around the factory, and then we transition to the toy shop. So we're shooting out of order, it doesn't really matter. So we're now setting up our office in the same room as the toy shop, which is a bit techie.
So basically we're gonna very much, like, it's a bit of camera trickery, we're gonna fake it. You'll never see this wall that's behind, and we're gonna have a blind here. So we're hoping it pays off, we're hoping it works.
You got Mr. Clappy here. It's officially Mr. Clappy.
He's clapped, man. It's proper clapped.
We turned that room around. We turned it from the toy shop, the exact same space we turned it into her office. Now this is where the character of the toy maker sort of commands and watches over her factory, and it's a very cool space where a little more of her personality is shown.
We had some of our favourite cakes on the desk and stuff, and this is where the kind of brainstorming and the detailed kind of character profile for the toy maker that we created months before really came into handy, because we knew that her favourite cake was a little French fancy, and her hairbrush was on the desk, and we had a little mirror, and her pictures that were all around the room were all custom made for this toy maker character. And that's how much detail we go into when we create these icon characters for Fright Nights. We really need to know every single detail about them. Even if it doesn't come across entirely in the videos, it helps to build this entire world and build the set around the toy maker to really bring them to life and make them such a strong character that people can then resonate with.
Right, so we're at the end of day 3 now. It's about 10 o'clock, so we've been here for about 12 hours. It's been a productive day, we've done a lot. We filmed the whole toy shop scene, which feels like ages ago now, but we smashed through that, which was super fun. It was great to work with Victoria on that. Like, she absolutely smashed it, and we're working with her again tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a good one, hasn't it?
Yeah, we were due to start filming at about 1 o'clock. We got here at 10 to kind of start setting up, but as normal with these things, we went a little bit over and we didn't start filming until about 4.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing, because we still got things finished for the time we predicted. But we just wanted to make sure we were 100% set up. We did a load of playing around with the lighting and stuff. And yeah, we were really happy with it once we started filming, and we kind of powered through it.
And then from there we had a little break, and then the task was to switch the other half of the room into her office, which has just been finished. Well, near enough finished. We've got a few things to do tomorrow.
Look at that.
There's a lot of Easter eggs. We'll go through them tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be a good one tomorrow. We're going to get some rest.
Back in soon.
Back in soon. But yeah, that's it for day 3. See you for day 4.
It was on this day where one of my favourite stories for this entire Fright Nights campaign came to life. Bagpuss.
Bagpuss. I might need a minute, actually.
So of course we sourced all of these toys from car boots and charity shops, and some of us had bought some special Easter egg toys that we could hide on the shelves, and Archie had bought Bagpuss, which was a family-owned cuddly toy that had been passed down from generation to generation.
He was a well-loved, beloved member of our family. And one day, I popped him down on the table and carried on working.
For the shoot, we had to basically rip apart a few toys and put like buttons on them and stitch them and just make them look a bit messed up so it fit the theme. And Alice came over and we were like, yeah, just help out with messing up these toys.
We were filming away, and at one point we went out for a break, and we were greeted by Alice, the lovely Alice, you may recognise from a lot of Thorpe Park's online videos. She was stood there cutting up Bagpuss in front of our own eyes. I think as we walked out, an arm was coming off.
She had used the sharpest scissors known to man and cut his arm off. I was distraught. I was in pieces, and so was Bagpuss.
And Alice didn't care at all. She was laughing. I'm joking. She was absolutely distraught when we told Archie, and his face just dropped. Luckily, he found the funny side of it, and he genuinely didn't mind. He found it funny. And thankfully, within the entertainments department here at Thorpe Park, we have an amazing costume team who Archie took Bagpuss to, took him to hospital, as he put it, and they managed to fix Bagpuss. But the scars are very much still there from what Alice did that day.
I've got a Fright Nights legend with me right now.
Hello.
What brings you to the Emporium?
Well, I am here to catch some ideas and see what's going on over here. Obviously, I was a locksmith last year and the theatre the year before, so I wanted to come down and brainstorm some ideas. As I'm also a performance coordinator, so I'm going to be looking after Stitches this year. So I've come to brainstorm some ideas, see what's going on, and yeah, it's really, really fun.
Check this out. Immortalised forever.
I mean, I'm glad I'm still here. I'm here in some form, and I'm here now, so that's great. But no, it's really exciting. I can't wait for this year, and I think it's going to be a really, really strong year.
So in the second day of filming, the main thing that we had to capture, which was actually quite a big portion of the video, was her in her office scenario.
Dear workers, it's now 8:46 and the Emporium is almost ready for business.
That was like the first video that went out. It was like a 60-second video introducing the character, not showing anything about the toy shop at that point, but showing mainly the character in her office. This is the first time we've had a character at Fright Nights talk. So we had her deliver a script that we created that was going to then be voiceovered in post.
This was really fun to kind of film this second location within this same set. And then that evening, we then transformed the set once again into what we called the torture scenes, where we filmed with some of the amazingly talented members of the entertainments team, Jason, Lauren, and Lewis, who were each victims of the toy maker as she was torturing them.
This is quite different to what we filmed before. We normally film like subliminal scare. We hadn't actually shown like gore really in a Fright Nights video yet.
We've never really gone this gruesome within the Fright Nights marketing campaign. However, this year, we really wanted to ramp things up and express how crazy of a character the toy maker was. So yeah, we had 3 different torture scenes, one where she was sewing up someone's eye, one where she'd created her own human puppet, and one where she was literally ripping out intestines out of a test subject on the table and replacing it with teddy bear stuffing.
Lights on, no toying around. And let the fun begin.
A big thanks to the team that helped pull that off, because obviously me, Jack and Archie have no idea how to do any kind of makeup or special effects.
Yeah.
Your arm like will keep holding. Yeah, keep it there. So it's like that. He's got his meal deal in his pouch.
And yeah, I remember having such a laugh on these shoots in particular, because the actors that we were using were having such a laugh with it. They were really getting into character and screaming the place down. We were worried we were going to get the police called on us because we were filming over at Thorpe Farm, and you could just hear shrieks coming from these actors. They were really, really getting into character. It was amazing.
Hydrated.
Perfect.
Another thing that we shot on this day was the post-credits scene.
I was called upon to jump into costume and jump into the character of the janitor.
We normally have Fright Nights videos end just as they are. But for this one, we wanted to have it end with like a little scary scene, a little post-credit scene.
So with the help of the production team and the absolutely fantastic, talented Jim, I was transformed from normal Archie to the janitor. And this involved aging me similar to the way that Vic was being aged.
So we decided to have him sweeping up, and he did get killed by a toy maker in a very unfortunate way.
What
What a noise.
No, I'm trying to get
That's hard, I like that.
Oh, it's just spooky.
It was really fun to have a quick cameo, and to be honest, I am pretty gutted that my acting debut got cut very short because I was murdered within about 10 seconds of being on screen. So I think that's me done for in front of camera stuff. I'll probably just stick to music.
Joined now by Wayne Lineker.
Today's been mental. It's been my first Fright Nights debut for acting. It's been so tough, really tough, but so exciting, challenging, and I'm really glad that I've done something new and pushed the boat out, stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit. It's been so much fun sitting in Jim's makeup chair and being on the other side of what we usually do behind the camera. I hope it's turned out alright. I have all the faith in these boys. The shots look amazing today, and this place is fully transformed.
We've just wrapped on the filming for Fright Nights 2023. We've got a few more bits to get tomorrow, but the majority of the film is now done. It's been a very long day today, but this room has gone through about 5 different alterations today. It's been fun. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm excited to go to sleep.
It's the big promo shoot. Every year, it's always a long one. This year's proved no different. But we always look back on these days with the fondest of memories, and we've had a lot of laughs today. We've had a lot of problems, we've had a lot of ups, downs, but the stuff we have shot today is going to look so sick. I'm very happy with everything we've got. But big up everyone that was here today, absolutely smashed it. Huge team effort. Nem's got grey hair as he's filming this.
See you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Welcome to Platform 15.
On the third day of filming, we didn't actually film with any actors. It was just us in the set, getting some pickups and filming mainly just close-ups of the toys and details within the set that we could cut into if we needed to.
We always have like a contingency day where anything we don't get in our main shoot days with the actors, we'll get then. So like we'll obviously have a certain amount of time with the actors, we'll capture everything we need with them, and then on this final day, we'll normally pick up anything that doesn't revolve around having an actor. In between shoot days, I'll go home and edit the video a little bit so I can get a feel of what we need, which normally helps because then I can think of ideas for these like pickup days that we have and add stuff in.
This is it. We're coming to the end of a fantastic week. It's going to be weird getting all of this stuff out, and we've done it. We've done it for another year.
It's been a big week, but whilst being on set, we've come into some paranormal activity. I'm not joking, even though it does sound like I'm joking, but this dude here, Jimmy, is a menace.
Actually is.
He is the only toy / doll that constantly falls off the shelf. And he's actually blue tacked on.
Jimmy. Oh boy, I'm not a fan of Jimmy.
Jimmy the puppet is haunted. He fell off that shelf maybe once, probably twice, every single day of shooting, and he'd always land very far away from the shelf.
And the thing is, I remember buying Jimmy from a car boot sale, so I was the one that purchased him, and he sat on my dining room table for so long. And you know what the creepiest thing is? I've since watched behind the scenes videos of Stitches, and the actors in those videos say that that exact same doll would fall off when they were rehearsing within Stitches itself.
This lovely puppet here has a lovely story to it.
Yes.
When Howard's Toy Emporium first became a thing, during the rehearsal period, a lot of the cast was in here, playing around with the pre-show and doing the script and rehearsing it. And let's just say it had to be moved, because every 2 seconds it would fall off the shelf. So I think there's something that must be in this toy that makes it somewhat evil.
Yeah, thanks to Jack for bringing that into the world. And next time you go through Stitches, have a little look for Jimmy.
He's in the pre-show and he is not a nice lad.
Once the filming was all wrapped, I got straight to work on the music for Fright Nights. Music at Fright Nights is something that I'm extremely passionate about, and I'm honoured to say that I made the park-wide area loop for Fright Nights and 2 different shows, those shows being Creature Campus and Lucifer's Lair, as well as loads of mini-shows and zonal audio. I do so much, and I love putting as much detail into it as I possibly can. The Creature Campus main flash mob is something that I spend months working on. The soundtrack for the Creature Campus show show that I delivered this year was 21 songs long, and that's all packed into just under 10 minutes. As this zone and this show has been around for such a long time, there are certain songs which do appear year in, year out, but I found a way this year to creatively combat that by making a mega mix just before the end of the show. This was my personal favourite part of the show because it involved the vampires and the werewolves dancing together, and they were dancing to a 5-punch combination, going from Man-Eater into Night-Crawling, into Toxic, into Heads Will Roll, into Thriller. Is ridiculous, and I'm so happy that I managed to fix them all into one mega mix. That was my absolute favourite part of the show. At the end of the show, it seemed that the witches had completely vanquished Amity and Lycanthorpe from Creature Campus. So I'm pretty excited to see what Creature Campus might have in store in the future. I also had the honour of producing music for the brand new zone, Lucifer's Lair. This zone was so much fun to score, from the backing track to the mini show to the main fire show. I had so much fun implementing so many different genres into one zone. I wanted to make it as inclusive and as entertaining and interesting as possible for all music lovers because we had a massive speaker system there and a very cool fire show. Alongside producing music and composing music for Fright Nights, I also get to work with a lot of very talented voiceover artists, and this year I had the honour of working with Darren, who was the most incredible toy maker for us this year. She managed to find that specific tone we were after, sweet but also very sinister.
Now, lights on, no toying around.
So with all of the filming at this point done and dusted, Kieran got away to editing the video, and I turned my attention to documenting the build for the brand new maze, Stitches. Now Stitches was a really cool one to document the build of because it's in such an iconic location on Park. This is of course where the Big Top maze was located, arguably one of the most iconic Fright Nights mazes ever. And that maze was also housed in a marquee, and it had been years since Thorpe Park had put one of their horror mazes into a marquee. So seeing a brand new marquee pop up in the exact same location where the Big Top used to be located was so cool. And having the opportunity to go in there multiple times every week and document the build that UVE were doing in there was so cool. It's honestly such a dream come true for me. And yeah, just like survival games and trailers previous to that, I documented the entire build of Stitches week by week. So it was really cool to see the walls slowly go up, and then for those walls to get painted, and then for all of the scenery, a lot of the toys that we actually purchased from the car boot sales were then added into Stitches. And yeah, it's such an amazing journey seeing this maze come to life throughout the month of August and into September.
So once we'd wrapped filming, that was pretty much it, done for August. We had the deadline of the end of August to release the video. So from there, I've just spent pretty much the whole month editing and working on all of the different versions of this video. So we had the first video, which was an introduction to the Toymaker character, which showed her in office and torturing the victims. We then had the second video, which reveals the toy shop and has her putting the toys on the counter. There was a few videos from there, then each toy then revealed a certain piece of the lineup. It then led into the Stitches reveal, which actually the camera pans back, she's in the window, it goes out into the world, pans back and reveals like a row of shops, reveals the toy factory, there's like lightning, and then it reveals the logo. And I worked with Isaac on that to create the toy shop from the outside. He spent weeks working on that and creating that environment, and it did look really, really good. And we used that a lot throughout the marketing. So yeah, I spent the most of August editing all of those videos, ready to release before we went to Florida. I think the Stitches video actually went live while we were in the air, like on the plane.
After months and months of work from all of us boys, we then head out for our annual trip to Florida. Now this one was a really unique one because actually as we were flying over the Atlantic Ocean, we were watching the reveal live on YouTube for Stitches. I've been going live every night with all of the announcements, but for the big one, the brand new made Stitches, we were up thousands of feet in the air and I couldn't go live.
It was a very cool day and it's very rewarding that all of that work we've been putting in was like, it was done and we could have a little bit of a break. I say a break, Florida's not really a break.
We always have the most amazing time, and it is so inspiring to walk around one of the biggest Halloween events in the world, which is HHN over at Universal Studios in Florida.
Now, not only do we have an amazing time visiting these theme parks and Halloween events over in America, but we also get incredibly inspired whilst we're out there. They do things on another level in America, and we come back to England with so many fresh ideas and feeling so inspired to get back in to working on Fright Nights.
Once we're back from Florida, things get really exciting. The nights get a little bit colder. It becomes hoodie and shorts weather, which I think is the best type of weather. And that can only mean one thing, and that is that rehearsals are starting for the entertainments department. And myself and Jack, we love to check out the rehearsals.
I remember myself and Archie would just spend countless hours standing and watching them rehearse Creature Campus and Lucifer's Lair.
For me personally, as a music producer, it helps so much because, for example, during Creature Campus, their movement is something that I can replicate using sound. For example, if they do a wand strike as a witch, I will put in the sound effect of a wand and that magic spell.
And I'll just be there for the fun of it. I love being involved in this world and seeing all of these Fright Nights creations come together.
I can't really put into words how much it means to me seeing performers dancing to music that I have worked so incredibly hard to produce. It is so heartwarming seeing their reactions to it, and then also seeing how incredible their movement complements the soundtrack. It is just a dream. I love going to every rehearsal I possibly can.
And of course, there's loads and loads of work still to do in the build up to Fright Nights in the month of September. There's some filming and photography pickups that we always do, and I did some really cool design work this year, such as changing the Fright Nights map from, of course, the kind of visual that we use throughout the year, to then use the toy maker content that we'd shot a few months ago. And this year I actually had the amazing opportunity to design the facade for the Stitches marquee, which was genuinely incredible. Like, knowing that I've designed such a big piece of artwork that so many people would have seen was really, really cool. So yeah, that was a personal highlight for me, particularly in the build up to Fright Nights for 2023.
Century for all, community for all, those who arrive, survive.
And then before you know it, Fake Nights comes around, one of my favourite nights of the year. Fake Nights is essentially the first opportunity for all of these actors performing at Fright Nights to perform within their own attractions, and it allows the Fright Nights creatives and staff members to experience and give feedback for all of their individual attractions. So essentially, it's the very first dress run for Fright Nights.
The night always starts off in the cinema. And each attraction has the opportunity to put on a bit of an extravaganza and to really showcase who they are and what they're about. And it's always a laugh. So much fun, but also quite scary. We tend to sit towards the back so we don't get jump scared too often.
Then attraction by attraction, everyone goes around and experiences the Fright Nights lineup for that year. Because it's so important to get content right at the start of the event, we often take this night as a bit of an opportunity to start getting some of the marketing material that will then go out throughout the Fright Nights event. So we were filming and getting photos in a lot of the attractions, even on Fake Nights.
I was filming with Jack in Stitches, the brand new attraction for this year, and we got halfway through the maze. It was going so well.
We got to the Christmas room and the e-stop went off, and I was absolutely gutted.
Ladies and gentlemen,
very good. Nice.
Will you survive the carnival?
And then press night comes around. Now this day used to be my absolute favourite evening of the entire year. Before I kind of got involved working with the park, this was our first time seeing anything of the mazes for that year's Fright Nights. And we used to get filmed run-throughs and we used to talk to everyone at the event and have a drink with them. But nowadays, it's not like that at all. We are military on that night. We go from maze to maze, filming, getting photos, and just getting as much content as we can, both for my YouTube channel and for the park's official social media channels and for marketing content.
Where are we, boys?
We made it. It's press night.
Yeah, come on!
Big night. We're at the Emporium.
It looks like quite an inviting toy shop.
I wonder what Jimmy's up to.
Oh, I've heard Jimmy's been falling off pre-show.
Where's Bagpuss?
Oh!
Bagpuss!
Oh no, leave Bagpuss out! Bagpuss better not be inside here, I'll be fuming.
We are just going from maze to attraction to scare zone. We're just going around the whole park, capturing as much content as we can of the event. So we do have like a big asset bank of footage from previous years. But when you've got new things such as Lucifer's Lair, Creature Campus, Stitches of course, along with like the crows changing, everything needs a big update. So we just spend the entire night running around from attraction to attraction, going through, capturing content. A very, very tiring night, but it's a great time.
It was so cool to help the lads film as well on press night. That was sort of the first time that we could see other people's reactions to these new attractions.
Oh my god, we've just had 2 run-throughs there of Stitches new for 2023, and that was pretty incredible, wasn't it?
That was absolutely fantastic. I loved that so much. The theming in there was incredible.
10 out of 10 from me.
10 out of 10 from me. Absolutely brilliant.
That is one of my favourite ever Fright Night scare mazes. Like, hands down, I love that so much.
Fright Nights 2023, what's your thoughts?
You know what? This is going to be the best Fright Nights for a long, long time, I think.
It's going from strength to strength, and that reminded me of old school Fright Nights tonight. They were actually quite hands-on in the mazes. They weren't afraid to give you a damn good scare, and I really like that at a scare event.
And this year's press night was a really, really unique one because the park took this opportunity of having loads and loads of press at the park to announce the name of the UK's tallest roller coaster. So at this point, I'd been following what we then knew as Project Exodus for so many months, documenting the construction. Now, of course, working with the park, I'd known this name for a very long time, and it was weird seeing like banners being installed on the bridge a few days before press night with signs saying like absolutely no photos or videos allowed. And yeah, just standing in that marquee knowing that everyone was about to see the name Hyperia for the first time was a really, really cool feeling.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thorpe Park Fright Nights 2023! Right now, a world exclusive. Please get ready for something really, really big.
It was a very monumental step in the ride's history, and I was very, very proud to be part of that.
Woo! Come on, that's it.
Press night.
It's a wrap.
Complete. Busy one, isn't it,
Very busy. I tell you what, we had a strict itinerary today, and we were just banging out different projects. A lot for your YouTube channel, a lot for other stuff. Kieran was doing lots of filming as well. It's been a busy night.
Honestly, press night used to be such a fun night. We used to get smashed at the bar drinking. But now it is strictly business. We go from one maze to a show to a scare zone. We don't stop.
Oh.
But yeah,
I think the toy maker just turned out the lights.
Don't turn off the lights. Very privileged to be in this position. Absolutely love it.
It's insane. Yeah.
Always a laugh.
It was nice to see other people's reactions as well.
Yeah.
This is the first time that it's actually open to not quite the public, not general guests yet. This is like the press night, so it's been glowing reviews. We're gassed.
Yeah, heard a lot of good stuff. Tomorrow it opens. We're back
wait.
again.
Cannot wait.
Excited to hear even more reviews, and we're gonna watch so many vlogs this weekend.
Cannot wait to sit
we're
down,
just gonna sit down and watch everyone's
get
videos.
cozy, and watch people's reactions to all of this cool stuff that we're very privileged to be working on.
Yeah. Woo! Woo! Fright Nights is literally just beginning. Like, it's crazy. We're in for a good month.
Let's do it. Right, sleepless night for Jack, let's do it.
So the next thing is the event opening day, in which we spend, again, the full day capturing as much content as we can, photo, videos, to create social assets throughout the whole month of October. We always work on this one big video, like the Now Open video, I call it, that will release on the week after the event goes live to sort of showcase everything it has to offer. And this is always, every year, one of my favorite videos to create, because it's bringing everyone's hard work together, what everyone's been working on for months. The costumes, the characters, the mazes, the lighting, all of the show effects. So it's our job to go on and capture that, edit it together and release that, and just, yeah, basically show off the event and show how good it is.
And Jeff, throughout the month of October, myself and the boys will either be at Fright Nights experiencing as guests with our friends and family, seeing their reactions to all of the attractions and stuff.
It's
What's
nuts!
going on, mate? It's a madness. It's a zoo.
Get in. Oh, it's a zoo.
I'm not coming back.
No,
That's it. I'm not coming back.
Or if we're not there as guests, then we'll probably be working from the offices here at the park so that we can be as close to the action as possible. We absolutely love Fright Nights, so we're literally always here throughout October, just soaking in the atmosphere whilst we can and just having a right laugh with the entire entertainments department and really getting ourselves involved with the Fright Nights culture. Now, about halfway through the Fright Nights run this year, there was actually a really pivotal moment in Thorpe Park history introduced into one of the Fright Nights zones. And this happened down the Crows of Morecambe Meadow, where one day a gravestone was revealed, which basically announced that the Thorpe Park logo that we knew and loved at the time would be leaving the park forever. So yeah, it's weird to think that this entire new Thorpe Park brand that we now have was kind of all started within the Crows of Morecambe Meadow with that singular gravestone. And it was really cool seeing people's reactions when they first saw that gravestone, be it in person or online. I remember Twitter went a little bit crazy that day. Now, for months building up to Fright Nights and even during Fright Nights, I'm always working on my very own Fright Nights event, SLKSTN Unlocked.
So after Fright Nights is done, you have Unlocked, which is Jack's event, which every year gets bigger and better.
This year, preparations are going so well. I was so happy with the key visual that I created, along with the super talented Blair. And yeah, the planning for it was going so well. Ticket sales are going amazingly. People were really excited, especially after the first year of SLKSTN Unlocked, and the event kind of established itself. Everything was looking so promising going in for the second year of SLKSTN Unlocked, where I basically hire out the entirety of Thorpe Park, and you can go in the mazes unlimited times, and there's an incredible after party. I was so excited to do it once again this year, until about 48 hours before the event, when literally the most stressful period of my entire life kicked in, because Mother Nature was not being friendly at all.
It's turned very wet and exceptionally windy across parts of England and Wales overnight in association with Storm Kieran, and we do have 2 amber wind warnings in force.
It was definitely interesting being around Jack in the lead up to this event this year.
Stress doesn't really cut it to describe Jack and how he felt.
A massive storm was due to hit on the day of my event, and it basically put everything into jeopardy, to the point where myself and the events team and the health and safety team here at the park went into what I would class as a crisis meeting. We were literally looking at a few different options as to what we could do. One of them was just straight up cancelling the event and refunding everyone's tickets. Thankfully, we decided to power through. We had to put in a few changes. For example, we moved the after party into the dome, which I actually think worked out really well. And it was all so touch and go. Literally, as guests were entering the park, we still weren't sure exactly how the night was going to go. It was looking good, but as guests were crossing over the bridge and coming into the dome of SLKSTN Unlocked for the first time, I got the go ahead, and it was basically the biggest relief of my entire life. I was told that the evening could pretty much run as planned, if not even better, because because we'd allowed even more time just in case the wind picked up at any point in the evening. So the event ended up being a massive success once again.
Welcome to SLKSTN Unlocked 2023. Come on! Right, so the past 24 hours have been a bit mad. There were points where we weren't sure if this was going to even happen. The weather has not been ideal at all. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a brilliant night. And I'm going to hand you over to Lucifer.
Hi, I'm Lucifer. And here are my minions. Let the steering commit.
As always, it's one of the best nights of the year. It's basically the best time to visit Fright Nights if you can visit.
It is genuinely my absolute favourite day of the year. Unlocked is the ultimate Fright Nights experience. You get mazes with no queues, you get to share the space with the most passionate people, and the actors go crazy, so you are guaranteed to be in for an absolute wild ride.
My family came along this year, so it was amazing taking them in some of the mazes for their first times.
Got my family behind. They're a little bit nervous. They've never done a maze before. They're excited.
Why are you here? Are you insane?
We had such a laugh, and it was so cool seeing everyone just enjoying the ultimate version of Fright Nights.
Thank you so much for this brilliant event yet again. Another great year, and I'll tell you what, these mazes tonight are more extreme. And it is excellent. So thanks again, Jack.
What a bloody great event. You've smashed it again. It's been incredible. The mazes have been 10 out of 10. The vibes have been amazing. It's packed. It's been so good.
I came on my own. 4 hours it took me here. Met so many brand new people who like mazes, Fright Nights. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
We've had a really good fun night here at Silkstone Unlocked, haven't we?
Oh, we've had such a fantastic time. Jack and all the team do such an amazing job, so huge well done.
Yeah, well done, Jack, for putting on a great event and having run-throughs of Stitches tonight. It's been incredible, hasn't it? We love Stitches so much.
Jack, you've gone and smashed it. Well done. Yeah. We loved it.
And yeah, it wouldn't be SLKSTN Unlocked without a rainy flash mob, so we all headed over to Creature Campus and watched this amazing dance as the rain poured down, and then we got a lovely group photo. And then we headed in for my favourite part of SLKSTN Unlocked, the after party, where the legend Tom Bridges and Arch Nemesis were up on the DJ decks doing their thing, and yeah, they absolutely smashed it with the music.
I'm super lucky to DJ the events, and I have the most amount of fun. I also prepare so much. I make sure I have the most incredible set list for people to listen to. So make sure you come along to hear the most unique and bespoke theme park music alongside all of your favourite songs.
Archie was cracking out all of the theme park dub plates that he'd spent months making in anticipation for the event, and yeah, the dance floor was popping off. So yeah, although this year's SLKSTN Unlocked was incredibly stressful, I honestly can't say thank you enough to the amazing teams here at Thorpe Park that made that happen, all of my amazing friends that helped me through that time period. It was a very stressful one, and helped on the evening. Big up Lee on the merch stand. And yeah, a massive thank you to all of you guys that came along. I genuinely can't even put into words how amazing it is that I'm able to put on an event like this. It genuinely is such a highlight of my year, and I'm so incredibly proud that I'm able to share that evening with you guys. And yeah, thank you all so much for those that come along, and for those of you that are planning to come along in 2024. That's right, SLKSTN Unlocked will be returning in 2024. We continue to up the level of the event every year, and this year is no different. We're taking it to new heights.
The final day of Fright Nights is always a very, very sad one, because sometimes you can be experiencing attractions for the final time for that year, and sometimes you can experience attractions for the final time ever.
Myself and Archie were working from the offices at the park again this day, and we took more breaks than normal this day to go out onto the park, soak in the Fright Nights atmosphere for one last time, and of course head into a few attractions whilst we were on our breaks.
It's now the last day.
The final day of Fright Nights 2023. What a season we've had.
It's been great.
But it's always tradition on the last day. Once all the guests have gone, the very last Creature Campers dance, used to be Amity and Lycan, but obviously Creature Campers now,
They've expanded.
is done by a lot of the management team. They tried to draft us this year. We said, nope, not happening.
2 left feet, both of us.
So they're all out there rehearsing and getting into costumes right now. We said we'll get some pictures of them, some videos.
We're going to be nice, capture the moment for them so they can shine, and we're very much looking forward to...
Happy to take a step back for this one.
Yeah, watch them do their thing, and it's always good fun.
And it was such a great atmosphere as they danced Fright Nights to a close.
Welcome all students back to Creature Campus, where uniqueness is celebrated, and we strive for a world where all creatures can sit side by side in one community. I want to give a warm welcome to our freshman year. Now it's time to face your truth. The excruciating heat will melt your soul.
And then, yeah, some of the managers got up on stage and did a lovely little speech to round off the Fright Night season.
That it has been one of our most successful and consistent products that we've ever delivered for a Fright Night. So it really has shown through your performances and everything we've achieved. So thank you all so much. You guys put absolutely everything into your performances every single day of Fright Night.
What a Fright Night!
But the events team who we work with across the park, so food and beverage, retail, and marketing, who Jack and Archie have worked with, and Kieran, to give them a massive round of applause. They were able to bring our vision to life through our marketing, through our campaigns. They dressed Vic up with the help of Jim as the toy maker. So give a round of applause to the toy maker. And the makeup artist.
And big up Steph Ricketts, who gave us a personal shout out. It was really, really lovely, especially coming from Steph, someone that we look up to so much and have looked up to for so many years.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1.
Fright Nights 2023. Out.
Hey. Hey.
Yes.
How did I do it?
We have been Fright Nights. Good night.
And then, yeah, another one of my favourite nights of the year comes around, a wrap party. This is where all of the Fright Nights performers and cast and crew come together just to celebrate all of the hard work that they've put in the months building up to Fright Nights and throughout the months of Fright Nights operating.
Myself and Jack Stumbled in a little bit late, a little bit merry. We're just casually chilling at the back of the marquee.
And we actually heard our name during the award ceremony. And I remember we just looked at each other and we were like, did we hear that right? And everyone started clapping and we were like, oh. So we went up to the stage and the Ents team were actually kind enough to award us boys an award each. So that was really kind and a massive thank you to them for that.
Oh my God.
We had such a fun night, and of course I found myself behind the decks yet again to bring the party vibes and the good atmosphere to the team.
But yeah, it's such a laugh. We normally end up heading into Staines McDonald's and just carrying on the party into the early hours of the morning.
Right, sweet drinks,
And yeah, that is Fright Nights 2023. What an incredible year it has been. I genuinely say this has been one of my favourite years of Fright Nights on a personal level. It's been such an amazing experience seeing this event right from the beginning, the early concept stages of creating the toy maker character, to then filming all of the content for the marketing campaign, to then watching the brand new maze Stitches get built, watching all of the rehearsals, and then enjoying Fright Nights pretty much every night that it was on throughout October. Honestly, my passion for this event is through the roof, and this year has just solidified that even more.
Every year, it's the thing we look forward to the most is this time throughout the summer where we're working on Halloween. It doesn't feel real still. Like me 10 years ago when I came to the event for the first time, and literally ever since then, all I've wanted to do was work for the event or create something for the event or be involved in some sort of way. So to be able to do this and have this big of a role is like absolutely mind-blowing, and I appreciate it a lot.
Fright Nights is a part of me. I'm going to be here every year going forward, and I'd love to just carry on getting more and more involved in the event. My ultimate dream, and being honest, is to be involved in a creative aspect of Fright Nights. I'd love to one day help kind of create a maze and work with UV on like building a maze. That would be my like ultimate dream within Fright Nights, and somehow build myself up to maybe even one day work on Fright Nights year round. That would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, for now, I'm so happy. Like this year has been an absolute dream come true.
Fright Nights this year was special. It was absolutely magical. There's moments and memories that, for me, will remain very close and very dear to me for a lifetime.
It's an intense few months, but I literally wouldn't change it for the world. I absolutely love it.
On a personal level, just a massive big up to everyone that I work with in this entire Fright Nights process. A massive big up to Kieran and Archie, who I spend so much time working with, and we have such a laugh. We've literally all been on this journey together, so it's amazing that we're all still here and exceeding in our own kind of individual ways. I wouldn't choose to be on this journey with anyone else. And yeah, a massive big up as well to all of the kind of Fright Nights cast and crew and creative and management team. It's honestly such an honor to work with you all. I'm inspired by you all every single day during Fright Nights, and yeah, it's an honor to work alongside you guys. And a massive thank you to you guys that are watching this video, the Fright Nights fans. As I said at the very start of this documentary, I grew up being a Fright Nights fan. I've been going to the event for over a decade at this point. And yeah, it's amazing to see that you guys share the passion for this event with all of us lot. And yeah, the community that Fright Nights has is absolutely incredible. And yeah, I'm very proud to have always been a part of this Fright Nights community, right from the early days where I'd film the construction vlogs down Monk's Walk and all of that stuff, to now actually being a small part of this event is genuinely incredible. And I do not take it for granted at all.
It is so much fun being a part of the Fright Nights family, and nothing makes my heart happier than working on Halloween for Fright Nights. I love it so much.
So yeah, bring on Fright Nights 2024.
If you're watching this documentary when it comes out, then you won't be waiting very long at all before you get some Fright Nights 2024 news.
From epic new heights, come petrifying new lows. Welcome to the home of fear. Welcome to Fright Nights. Book now at thorpepark.com.
And yeah, thank you all so much for watching this Fright Nights 2023 documentary. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye.